As I've said so many times, I'm so grateful that he's interrupted his life, because that's what he's done in order to run for this office, to represent the people of this district, but people throughout the country, because his vote in Congress will affect all of us. We know Ami to be a father, a husband, a friend, a physician, a community leader, and soon to be congressman. He's a person, as we all know, of deep integrity and passion and intellect. And I can't say enough good things, and I know you can't either, and that's why we're all here. So let's continue this celebration as I have the great honor and privilege of introducing you to the one you already know, Dr. Ami Bera, my friend.
I am humbled and overwhelmed with the crowd here. So I'm going to take a moment to gather myself, because that's the beauty of this country, right? I mean, think about it. So, many of you were here at the beginning. I see a lot of old friends. I see a lot of new friends, and friends that we're going to be making and walking precincts with. That is what's missing in America right now. I'm the son of immigrants that came here in the 1950s. They came here with a dream of opportunity, with a dream and an understanding that if they worked hard enough, if they tried hard enough, they'd be able to reach their full potential. I grew up in a state that had the best public school system in the country. I'm a graduate of the University of California, Irvine, for undergrad and med school. I paid $393 a quarter to go to med school. I grew up in a state that understood our best investment was in our children, in giving people a chance at a future. I never worried whether I'd be able to find a job. I knew if I worked hard enough, if I tried hard enough, I'd be okay. That's the beauty of America, and that's why I'm running for Congress, and that's what we have to get back to. We have to start investing in the future, in our children, in our economy, and we have to get America working again. That is exactly what's powering this campaign. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention who I was running against, Congressman Dan Lundgren. And there's a clear contrast in the campaign, and it's as clear as possible based on the people in this room. Our campaign is powered by individuals. It's powered by the people who live here. If you look at where our funding is coming from, it's coming from over 2,300 individual donors who are driving this campaign. It's coming from over 2,000 people who have signed up to volunteer on this campaign, who are making phone calls every day, people like you. That is what's driving this campaign. And that is who I'm beholden to, the people who live here in the 3rd District, the people who are powering this campaign, and the people who need real representation. Now let's contrast that. Over 50% of Congressman Lundgren's contributions are coming from corporate America. That is who he's working for, and that is what we have to work against. That's not that corporations are bad, but why are we giving $2.6 billion of tax breaks to big oil companies when we're cutting our public education, when we're laying off teachers, when we're closing our libraries, and we're closing our parks? Let's take that $2.6 billion and invest it in our community. We need leadership that is going to stand up to corporate America, that is going to stand up to Wall Street bankers. We gave them $700 billion to bail them out, to keep banks lending money. And you know what? I talk to homeowners every day, I talk to small business owners every day, and they can't get loans. They can't get banks to rework or modify their loans. The banks got bailed out, but they're not doing anything to bail out America. They went back to their same old greedy ways. We need leadership that is going to fight against that. That's why I'm running for Congress. Dan Lundgren's not fighting for the middle class. He's fighting for the folks that are lining his pockets. And that's corporate America. That's big oil. We've got to fight against that. I'm going to fight for all of you. This is not my campaign. This is our campaign. How we're going to... We are now the top challenger race in the country. And it's because of all of you. In a year that is going to be difficult and trying for a lot of races, this is a race that is a bright spot for the Democratic Party. And this is about democracy. This is about individuals. This is about all of us coming together to say enough. Let's rebuild our communities, let's rebuild our state, and let's rebuild our country based on the values of America. We're going to win this thing in November because of all of you. Because all of us, we're going to work harder, we're going to talk to more voters, and we're going to do what's necessary to get us back to those core values. Yeah, I see Mayor Ken Cooley here from Rancho Cordova. Yeah. And the mayor and I were chatting briefly a few minutes ago. What's beautiful about this region and why it's worth fighting for, we all love living here. It's the assets. This region, our community, is about to explode. In a good way. The economy is prepared to lead the way in this state out of this recession. Our community is one of the most beautiful areas in the country, if not the world. We love living here. We are a community. And that's what this is all about. It's worth fighting for. And that's why, as a congressman, I look forward to working with the cities, with the counties, with the neighborhoods to get us going again. I'm running for the House of Representatives. I'm running to represent a community, represent all of us. And that's what's been missing with Congressman Lundgren. That isn't his focus. Again, we said his focus is corporate America. So I am going to ask you guys to do 3 things today. One, you've already done the first thing by coming here and getting engaged. 2, this is going to be a campaign that's powered by individuals. So if you haven't had a chance to volunteer yet, please do so. You can make phone calls from the comfort of your own home. You can come into the office and mingle across generations. You know, we've had folks as young as 10 years old making phone calls, up to Ed, you're about 30 years old? That's what this is going to be about. So please do. I'm out there walking precincts whenever I can, and I hope to walk with as many of you as I can, because that's what this is all about. It's about neighbors to neighbor, about projecting a vision of rebuilding this community, this state, and this country. I'm an optimist because I know we have it in us. That is the history of our country. Certainly there are those small contribution envelopes, as I've mentioned. This race is powered by individuals, so if you have capacity, feel free to donate. We won't turn anything down if it's $1, if it's $5, if it's $20, if it's $100. Whatever you can do is appreciated. And lastly, this is not my race. This is our race. We have to do this together. So I'm humbled by all of you. It's going to be an interesting 90 days. We've got our